Hey guys, Jason here. So today I'm going to talk about the array map method. I'm going to talk about how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a high-level overview with some diagrams explaining how it works exactly, and after that I'll give you a code example showing how it's implemented. So first things first, what does the array map method do? So you can think of the array map method as just a regular for loop. So it works just like a for loop. You have an array, a collection of items, and you loop over them, and for every item you're going to do something with that item. So um, so with the array map method, how this works is the map method takes as an argument a function or a callback function. And so what happens is for every item that you're iterating over, for every element, that element will be passed into that callback function. And the callback function, and inside that callback function, you're basically going to do whatever you want with that element, and then you're just going to return whatever it is you want to return. And that return value will be stored into a newly created array. And in the end, the result is what the map method will return is a newly created array, basically. So let's take this diagram here as an example. We have a numbers array, and we have elements here, which are, well, we have an array of numbers basically. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 as our elements. And what we're going to do is we're going to call this the map method on it. And so let's start with the first one here. And so let's see. And so we're going to take the first element, we're going to pass it into our callback function, which is right here. And what this callback function is going to do is it's going to multiply whatever element we're on by 2. So we're taking 1, passing it into the callback function, and we're multiplying it by 2, and we will return, and this callback function will return that result. And that return value will then be stored into a newly created array, which is right here. And so if we go to the next one, we have 2. We'll pass in 2 to our callback function. Our callback function will multiply the element by 2, and then we'll return that result, which will then be stored into our newly created array with the value of the newly created value of 4, and so on. So we have 3, pass it in, it's going to be 6. All right, cool. So let's go into a REPL here, and I'll show you the code. So at the top right here, we just have our numbers array, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we created another variable called new array, and that will be the result of our newly created array. And so what we're doing here is we are taking our numbers array, calling the map method, and that map method as its argument will be a function. So this is the argument here. This whole argument is the function, the callback function. And that callback function will take in a parameter name of num, and that num will refer to every element inside the array we're looping over. Okay? And so what this function is going to return then is, like we saw earlier in our diagram, it's going to return the number that we are iterating over multiplied by 2. So then this value here, this return value, will then be stored into a newly created array that the map method does behind the scenes. And so, so we're basically going to go through each of these elements and we're going to multiply it by 2. And so now if we go right here, so we'll go right here, we'll console.log our new array. And what we should see is our new array that has every element multiplied by 2. And as you can see right there, 2, 4, 6, and 8, and that's the result we wanted. And so, that's how the map method works. Hopefully that diagram helped you guys understand what's happening behind the scenes. And so thanks for watching, and have a good day.